Okay, so now we talk about Bitcoin again. Now, with the Goldbach algorithm, whenever you design an algorithm, you've got to create it in such a way that it's future proof. So no matter what the price is, you are able to still allow the algorithm to deliver. Now, how is Bitcoin currently behaving? So we have the power of three numbers. Now, up until 2021, when we were trading in, between the 50s and between 40k and 50k, the power of three number it was using as for the upper bound was 59,000. Now, once we broke 59,049, the algorithm shifted and it had to be aware of potentially higher prices. At that point, we started losing the 177,147 as the upper range. Now, just looking at the previous Goldbach level of 59,000, look how things are respected. Look how EQ, equilibrium, was respected. Right? Even this extension here, now I haven't looked into this for a long time, but see how it didn't want to close above the extension. Now, how are we currently behaving? So the fact that we broke 59,000, we now need to move into the upper range, the next one up, which I think is 3 to the power 10. I've got it somewhere on my previous videos. So now we are playing within this range where the theoretical low is 0 and then the high is this 177,000. Now what is interesting, now it's kind of tricky, but I would say it's the low. Then we went to the breaker. Then we went to the order block. Came out of the order block. Bounced off of the fair value gap level. And now we're bullish. So it's not quite algorithm 2, which would be rejection block, breaker, fair value gap up. Because we did close below the fair value gap. But, I mean, the thing is, prices aren't perfect. So if you have a look here, on the monthly, we came down to fill this fair value gap, which is in the fair value gap level. Now, when it comes to the order block, so I like this fair value gap. Now, when it comes to the order block, if we look at the yearly, we have a nice order block that happened in 2018. See how we bounce off this order block and now we're taking off. And this is all within the Goldbach levels. Look, see order block. Order block should be here. And even here, look, even if you look at the yearly, there's your fair value gap. So I think this is what we're heading for now. Now it's interesting that when it was creating this order block, it didn't know, the algorithm didn't know that one day it'll be shooting for, the 177,000 GB level. But it's amazing the way it works out. And look the way it went down to fill the fair value gap before taking off. And we are at the end of the year now. But we don't have a wick here. This is a bit concerning. No wick. But what I've seen on lower time frames is when a buyer program or sell program starts, we may not have a wick because we're just offering prices one way on the higher time frame. So the key point is we dipped back into the yearly order block after filling the fair value gap, and these levels were in the GB range. And look how we respected this. We bounced off this fair value gap, and now we're going up. So the problem with Bitcoin is fundamentally, I don't know how long it will survive because governments want to shut it down, and they want the CDB, the central bank digital currencies, instead of a freedom currency. But purely when it comes to the algorithm, it looks like we're running this range, and I'm bullish in the short term. So I've got a long running. So I'm bullish in the short term, but I never hold Bitcoin anymore. Let me know what you think.